Welcome to the Literary Apothecary. My name is Kate, and today I'm here to talk about Grits in the Graveyard by J.L. Collins. This is book 1 in the Witch Hazel Lane mystery series. It is a cozy mystery. I read this because it was on my Audible account, but it, as a lot of other books that I'm talking about lately, it is leaving my account on September 19th, so I wanted to get it done before that. And I'm also on this current reading binge of sorts where I'm just reading books that I own right now or books that are on my TBRs, past TBRs. For the most part, there's always going to be exceptions, but for the most part, that's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the year. So this one fit that because it was going to be going away, and it's currently on my books owned unread list. So my general thoughts about Grits in the Graveyard is that there weren't enough grits. There was only like one mention of them, and while I'm partly kidding because that's not great to say in a review about a book because it doesn't really have anything to do with the book, also partly not kidding because I mean it has grits in the title. It's the very first word in the title, so I honestly expected more grits in this book. But in all fairness, this was such a cute, cozy mystery. But why are these cozy mysteries almost always about death and murder? Can we have mysteries about something other than death? In all fairness, I loved this book and I would totally read more in this series. Now I'm getting distracted with all of my side notes. So let's get back on track. Spoiler-free description of what this book is all about. Welcome to Witch Hazel Lane. Secrets galore, a new witch at the door, and killer grits that are to die for. An escape. That's exactly what Bertie Devane needs when witches around the world publicly announce their existence. Instead of performing for the sold-out crowd at her world-famous magic show in Vegas, Bertie runs away from the dazzling lights to her hometown in Mississippi, back to the town she swore off over a century ago. She thinks she has it all planned out, keeping busy with renovating an old beautiful house and eventually fading away from the spotlight. But the house has its secrets, including the haunted cemetery that Bertie is now responsible for. It doesn't help her when her nosy neighbor catches on to Bertie's big secret, that she's a true witch with real magical powers. But when the busybody turns up dead on Bertie's new property, the former Southern debutante becomes a prime suspect in this case. Cue the ladies of Witch Hazel Lane, a group of women who've stuck together for 40 years. With their help, Bertie is on the hunt for the real killer. Will they help get her off the hook? Will Bertie's true nature stay secret? And what is she supposed to do with the stray dog that refuses to leave her house? This book contains plenty of Southern sass, friendship, some delicious comfort food, and a little bit of magic along the way. Goodreads says that this book is perfect for readers of Charlaine Harris, Joanna Fluke, and Lorraine Dobbs, and so if you're fans of any of those authors, you'll definitely want to check out Grits in the Graveyard. Now I am going to jump right into my call pile ratings. As always, because this was an audiobook, we have 8 different categories here to talk about our characters. They were good. The main character was an absolute blast. I loved Bertie, but some characters got better the more I read, while others kind of stayed flat for me. Our atmosphere and setting, now this was absolutely felt like a small Mississippi town. It was perfect. Writing style, it was good. A little bit predictable. I knew who the killer was when a certain clue was dropped, but it also felt so obvious at that time that I wonder if the author wanted her readers to pick up on it that early in the book. Like, we knew something that the characters didn't know. Our plot. I loved the friendships that were created in this book. It was so endearing to see adult female friendships that aren't competitive at all. They just love each other and help each other out. I love it. Intrigue. Even though I knew who the killer was about halfway through, I was still intrigued. and logic. It made sense to me for the most part. I was with it. I didn't question it. Enjoyment, I truly enjoyed this book, and I would definitely read more in this series. Preferably audiobooks by this narrator, Tiffany Morgan. Morgan had good pacing for the town for this slow Mississippi style. I barely had to speed it up. She had the perfect Southern charm accent, but there was not a lot of change in her voice for characters, so at times on audio, it got confusing as to who was talking, but her Southern charm came through so much I didn't really mind, because it's a cozy mystery, so it didn't really matter that much as long as you followed the names of the characters. So that is my quick spoiler-free review for Grits in the Graveyard by J.L. Collins. If you have read this book before, let me know in the comments below. What did you think of it? Have you read the rest of the series? Is it worth continuing? Let me know all the details in the comments below. As always, keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.